All right, we're done with all the materials in this section. Now it's your turn to put what you learned in practice. So for your exercise, here we have a game object with a couple of properties, ID, which is a number, and player, which is an object with a name property. Now let's imagine that when the user clicks a button, we're going to set the name of the player to something else. Now typically outside the React world, we would write code like this. We would set game.player.name to, let's say, Bob. But you know that this is not the right way to go about this in React applications. So pause the video and spend a couple minutes on this, then come back see my solution. All right, here we call setGame and give React a new object. First, we use the spread operator to copy all the properties of the game. Now, I told you that the spread operator is shallow, so it's not going to copy the player object. It's going to use the same player object referenced in this game object. So here we need to create a brand new player object. So we set player to a new object. Now in this object, we set the name to, let's say, Bob. This is fine for this exercise, but what if in the future we add new properties to the player object? We don't want to remember to come back and add those properties here. So a more future-proof way to write this code is like this. First, we use the spread operator to copy all the properties of game.player, and then we overwrite the name property. This is the right way to solve this problem. And of course, we could use immer to write simpler and more concise update logic. All right, here's your second exercise. For this exercise, we have a pizza object with two properties, name, which is a string, and toppings, which is an array of strings. Now, let's say when the user clicks this button, we want to add a new topping to this array. So outside of the React world, we would say pizza, the toppings, the push, let's say cheese. How do we do this in React? Spend a couple minutes on this, then come back see my solution. All right, here we call setPizza. We pass a new object. First, we use the spread operator to copy all the properties of the pizza object. Then we set toppings to a new array because the spread operator is shallow, right? So just like before, we use the spread operator to copy all the existing toppings in the pizza, and then we add our new topping. As simple as that. All right, here's your next exercise. For this exercise, we have a shopping cart object with a couple of properties, discount, which is a number, and items, which is an array of objects. In each object, we have three properties, ID, title, and quantity. Now let's say when the user clicks on a button, we want to change the quantity of this product to 2. So spend a minute or two on this, then come back see my solution. All right, here we call setCart and pass a new object. First, we spread the existing cart object. Then we set the items property to. Now here we need to go in the items array and update only one of these objects, the object with the ID of 1. To do that, we use the map method. So here we call cart.items.map. Now here we pass an arrow function. Item goes to. Now we need to check the ID of the item. If the ID equals 1, we're going to create a new object with the updated quantity. Otherwise, we're going to return the same item. So here we use the ternary operator. We say if item.id equals 1, we return a new object. Now, in this object, first, we need to copy all the properties of this item. So we spread it, and then we add the updated quantity. We could also set this to item.quantity plus 1. So if item.id equals 1, we return this new object. Otherwise, we return the same item object. Now, I know this syntax is a bit ugly. All these braces and stuff just makes it hard to understand what's going on. This is why you should prefer to use immer. But I wanted you to do these exercises without immer because a lot of React projects are built this way, so you should be comfortable writing update logic in this way.